Okay, so if you're ready for step two, this is picking the one thing. So I just finished reading the book, The One Thing, sitting right here, by Gary Keller. Yep, by Gary Keller. And I really enjoyed it because it really got me thinking about all the things that like I think I can't do as a mom. And it always frustrated me. Like a lot of times I think about this as like my husband has this ability to get things done better than I do. And I think a lot of times it's because he can like shut things out. So he does an example of this, okay? He does the laundry for us every single week. And it always drives me nuts because he'll like get a load out of the dryer and he will take the time to fold it. Like even if we're trying to go someplace, he will sit and fold it. And it always drives me nuts, but at the same time I'm like, I think that's why you get so much done. Because you focus on just that. It's the one thing, like he's just focusing on getting the laundry done and folded. And so he doesn't let the kids distract him. He's like, nope, I'm doing this. Whereas like as a mom, that's why I never get it folded because I never turn off those distractions and say, nope, this is my focus right now. I'm looking to help you later on, but this is what I'm doing right now. And so I think I can really learn something from that perspective, taking it bigger than just laundry, right? And so in the one thing, as I think about over the past year, I've really taken a big step in taking control of working out every day and eating healthier. But when I started my journey, I tried to do it all at once. And what I found is that I did okay at times. Like if I had enough like willpower, I could do it all. But that lasted like a week or two, and then it just kind of all fell apart, right? And so when I had success, it's when I continued on and focused on one aspect. So maybe it was just getting the workout in. And so I was doing an 80-day program and I got every single workout in the days that they were meant to happen. The nutrition, which was time nutrition, it was too much for me. I had a hard time managing that. And so I really just focused on the workout. But you know what? The end of that 80 days, I have been very consistent with my workouts. And now I've been able to pull in little aspects of meal prep, even little things like being able to get the spices ready for the week or things like that. Like there are just little components that now I've been able to pick off and really get better at eating. And one of the things is I was focusing on veggies most for dinner. And that's something that I've become really religious about. And honestly, there are very few times that I don't do that now because I focused on that. I still have the workout habit, but I've now been able to add things onto that, which I think is really powerful. So picking the one thing, it's really important that you not think about this as like, I used to think like, I just need to become more efficient. I need to be better at this, at doing everything. The reality is that it's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about doing one thing really well, okay? So when I think about this, and if you've ever heard of like the Pareto effect, it's where the minority of the causes, outputs, and rewards equate to the majority of the results. Okay, so this is the same concept, only it's taking it that much narrower. So I think it's a 20%, 80% type of deal. This is taking it to like smaller than that. So you really got to focus in on one thing that you're going to really hone in on and do well. And so this is something that we can apply to those goals, right? So you pick those goals. Which one of those goals is going to help you be the most successful in making your life easier and making the other things potentially easier? And something to keep in mind, it takes an average, some people will say like 21 days. It takes an average of most people 66 days to acquire a new habit. So you really need to focus in on that one thing that you're going to do over 66 days or whatever you feel it takes to create a habit. It's not that you're only going to do this in the next year, right? You have these 10 goals. You're going to create one component of it that you're going to make the habit that you think is the one thing, such that by doing that, everything else will be easier and unnecessary, okay? So I want you to keep that in mind. For me this last year, one of those things was organizing the house. Now, I think I screwed up because I was trying to organize my house, get my health and fitness all ready and going, and coaching all at the same time. And I was trying to do them all perfectly. And I realized that by focusing in on organizing our house, and I actually hired somebody who's awesome to help me with organizing the house because it's not my forte. I believe that that was the one thing that by doing that and by creating better organization habits, it was going to make my whole life easier. And I will say we started with the entryway because that's the one area that really like it was creating issues with laundry, it was creating issues with kids getting in and out of the house. We've been able to maintain it and it's created, I thought we needed to reorganizing and like invest a whole bunch of money. The reality is no, it just needed to be organized better, which was a huge relief. And honestly, it saved us money and it saved me a whole lot of headaches and time. Everybody knows where their stuff goes. So the your next step or your next task here is to pick that one thing. So what is that one thing that you are going to hone in on and focus on this for the beginning of this next year?